Bill here with the Metals Minute. Today is Wednesday, April 13th, 2022. We've had to move outside today. We've had some power outages and storms, and you may hear the birds and the rain, but we moved outside to get a little bit of light to keep you updated here. So hopefully everything is safe where you are. We're okay, just had some power outages today. But listen, this isn't stopping the precious metals from moving higher again this week. All four of the metals are up handsomely, and the details are in the write-up. And inflation seems to be driving the train. And of course, everyone points to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. But when we look at the graph of inflation, we find that most of the inflation happened prior to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. There's just a little bit of recent inflation since then. But nevertheless, this is making future inflation progressions markedly worse, namely in the areas of food and supply chains and fertilizer and that sort of thing, which will have carry-on effects for inflation. So people are turning increasingly to precious metals as protection for that. Now, unfortunately, wages are not keeping up with inflation. Last year they announced that beginning this year there were record increases for Social Security and various other government pension programs. And while that's welcomed, those increases were welcome relief, the relief didn't last long because the inflation rate this year is higher than what those increases were, and it's a similar situation for wage earners. 13 of the last 15 months, we've seen negative wage growth compared to the rate of inflation. So while this is not good news necessarily, it does highlight the case for storing a portion of our savings in something that historically has been a good hedge against inflation, and that's precious metals. So we continue to feel good about our recommendations, and the metals continue to do well. Some of the best performing assets so far this year, and I believe well into the next couple of years we may see gold and silver outperform. As an encouragement and as a reminder, whenever we see periods of stagflation in our nation's history, that's when gold and silver have traditionally done very well, not only during the stagflation, but in the years directly after that period of time. Meanwhile, we see the stock market, as measured by the S&P 500 index, during stagflation, typically down 2.1% per month during stagflationary periods. Now, it doesn't just go steadily down 2.1. What happens is there are periods where it goes down much more than that. But over a period of time, over the period of stagflation, it averages out to be roughly 2.1% per month. And unfortunately, for those in stocks through those times, it can take 10 years to just get back to break-even point. So I know many may have gains right now in the stock market. Might be a good time to lock in some of those gains and reallocate some of that to precious metals. Hope you and yours are having a great day. Stay safe out there and keep stacking. That's one good thing we have going for us, is the inflation protection offered by precious metals. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you again soon.